Phoenix dactylifera, commonly known as date palm, is a flowering plant species in the palm family, Arecaceae, cultivated for its edible sweet fruit. Although its place of origin is unknown because of long cultivation, it probably originated from lands around Iraq. The species is widely cultivated and is naturalized in many tropical and subtropical regions worldwide. Date trees typically reach about 70 to 75 feet in height, growing singly or forming a clump with several stems from a single root system. The leaves are 4 to 6 meters long, with spines on the petiole, and pinnate, with about 150 leaflets. The leaflets are 30 centimeters long and 2 centimeters wide. The full span of the crown ranges from 6 to 10 meters. Etymology. The species named dactylifera, date-bearing, comes from ancient Greek dactylos, date, and the stem of the Latin verb fero, I bear. History of dates. Dates have been a staple food of the Middle East and the Indus Valley for thousands of years. There is archaeological evidence of date cultivation in eastern Arabia in 6000 BCE. They are believed to have originated around what is now Iraq, and have been cultivated since ancient times from Mesopotamia to prehistoric Egypt, possibly as early as 4000 BCE. The ancient Egyptians used the fruits to make date wine, and ate them at harvest. There is also archaeological evidence of date cultivation in Meghar around 7000 BCE, a Neolithic civilization in what is now western Pakistan. Evidence of cultivation is continually found throughout later civilizations in the Indus Valley, including the Harappan period 2600 to 1900 BCE. In later times, traders spread dates around Southwest Asia, Northern Africa, and Spain. Dates were introduced into Mexico and California by the Spaniards in 1765, around Mission San Ignacio. A date palm cultivar, known as Judean date palm, is renowned for its long-lived orthodox seed, which successfully sprouted after accidental storage for 2,000 years. This particular seed is presently reputed to be the oldest viable seed, but the upper survival time limit of properly stored seeds remains unknown. Fossil records show that the date palm has existed for at least 50 million years. Dates. The fruit is known as a date. The fruit's English name, as well as the Latin species name dactylifera, both come from the Greek word for finger, dactylos. Because of the fruit's elongated shape, dates are oval cylindrical, 3 to 7 centimeters long, and 2 to 3 centimeters diameter, and when ripe, range from bright red to bright yellow in color, depending on variety. Dates contain a single stone about 2 to 2.5 centimeters long and 6 to 8 millimeters thick. Three main cultivar groups of date exist: soft, semi-dry, and dry. The type of fruit depends on the glucose, fructose, and sucrose content. The date palm is dioecious, having separate male and female plants. They can be easily grown from seed, but only 50% of seedlings will be female and hence fruit-bearing, and dates from seedling plants are often smaller and of poorer quality. Most commercial plantations thus use cuttings of heavily cropping cultivars. Plants grown from cuttings will fruit 2 to 3 years earlier than seedling plants. Dates are naturally wind-pollinated, but in both traditional oasis horticulture and in the modern commercial orchards they are entirely pollinated manually. Natural pollination occurs with about an equal number of male and female plants. However, with assistance, one male can pollinate up to 100 females. Since the males are of value only as pollinators, this allows the growers to use the resources for many more fruit-producing female plants. Some growers do not even maintain any male plants, as male flowers become available at local markets at pollination time. Manual pollination is done by skilled laborers on ladders, or by use of a wind machine. In some areas such as Iraq, the pollinator climbs the tree using a special climbing tool that wraps around the tree trunk and the climber's back to keep him attached to the trunk while climbing. Parthenocarpic cultivars are available, but the seedless fruit is smaller and of lower quality. Dates ripen in 4 stages, which are known throughout the world by their Arabic names: Kimri, Klal, Rutab, Tamr. Dates are an important traditional crop in Iraq, Arabia, and North Africa west to Morocco. Dates are also mentioned more than 50 times in the Bible and 20 times in the Quran. In Islamic culture, dates and yogurt milk are traditionally the first foods consumed for iftar after the sun has set during Ramadan. Dates are also cultivated in America, in Southern California, Arizona and southern Florida in the United States, and in Sonora and Baja California in Mexico. Date palms can take 4 to 8 years after planting before they will bear fruit, and produce viable yields for commercial harvest between 7 and 10 years. Mature date palms can produce 68 to 176 kilograms of dates per harvest season. Although they do not all ripen at the same time, so several harvests are required. In order to get fruit of marketable quality, the bunches of dates must be thinned and bagged or covered before ripening so that the remaining fruits grow larger and are protected from weather and pests such as birds. Cultivars. A large number of date cultivars are grown. The most important are arbol, common in Libya; ajwa, from the town of Medina in Saudi Arabia. It is the subject of the famous hadith. Al-Qunazi, from the town of Qatif in Saudi Arabia; Amir Hajj or Amir Hajj, from Iraq. These are soft with a thin skin and thick flesh, sometimes called the visitor's date because it is a delicacy served to guests. Abidrahim, from Sudan. In Nigeria it is called dabino and is commonly used by Nigerian Muslims to break the Ramadan fast. Arecaceae, from Sudan. Bahi. These are nearly spherical, light amber to dark brown when ripe, soft, with thick flesh and rich flavor. One of the few varieties that are good in the halal stage when they're yellow. Burra, from Sudan. Dabas, from United Arab Emirates. Datka, in Turkey. Deglet Noats are named because the center appears lighter golden when held up to the sun. This is a leading date in Libya, Algeria, the United States, and Tunisia. In the latter it is grown in inland oases and is the chief export cultivar. Its texture is semi-dry and is not very sweet. Dairy, from southern Iraq. These are long, slender, nearly black, and soft. Empress, developed by the Davol family in Indio, California, United States, from a seedling of thori. It is large, and is softer and sweeter than thori. It generally has a light tam top half and brown bottom half. Fard, common in Oman. Deep dark brown, tender skin, sweet flavor, small seed. Keeps well when well packed. Afdimi or alig. These are grown in inland oases of Tunisia. Halwa. These are soft and extremely sweet, small to medium in size. Halima, in Hun, Libya. Hayeni, from Egypt. These dates are dark red to nearly black and soft. Honey, unknown. Itima, common in Algeria. Kenta, common in Tunisia. Kardrawi, a cultivar favored by many Arabs. It is a soft, very dark date. Kalazar, one of the most famous palm cultivars in Saudi Arabia, famous for its sweetness level that is not high nor low, thus suits most people. Its fruit is called klas. Its famous place is Hofuf and Qatif in the eastern province of Saudi Arabia. Kastawi. This is the leading soft date in Iraq. It is syrupy and small in size, prized for dessert. Kanazi, from United Arab Emirates. Luilu, from United Arab Emirates. Maktoum. This is a large, red-brown, thick-skinned, soft, medium-sweet date. Managbiya, a large fruit that ripens early. Medjool, or, from Morocco, also grown in the United States, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and Palestinian territories. A large, sweet and succulent date. Migrif, very popular in southern Yemen. These are large, golden amber dates. Mg Majayub, from Hun, Libya. Mishrik, from Sudan and Saudi Arabia. Mazafati, from Iran, where it is mainly grown in Kerman province, and often named Bam date, after the city of Bam in that province. It is a dark, soft and sweet date of medium size. It is exceptionally well suited for fresh consumption, because of its long shelf life. At a temperature of -5 degrees Celsius it can be kept for up to 2 years. Natat-Seyf, in Saudi Arabia. Rotab, from Iran. They are dark and soft. Sagai, from Saudi Arabia. Sidi, soft, very sweet. These are popular in Libya. Sayat, these dates are dark orange-brown, of medium size, soft and syrupy. Sukari, dark brown skin, distinctly sweet and soft flesh. From Saudi Arabia, it is the most expensive kind. Selaj, in Saudi Arabia. Tagiat, common in Libya. Tame, in Libya. Thori, popular in Algeria. This dry date is brown-red when cured, with a bluish bloom and very wrinkled skin. Its flesh is sometimes hard and brittle, but the flavor described as sweet and nutty. Jwari, in Libya. Kashab, brilliant red skin, bittersweet, hard white flesh. Zahidi, these medium-size, cylindrical, light golden brown semi-dry dates are very sugary, and sold as soft, medium hard and hard. Zalil, dark red skin, long, and very crunchy when fresh, extremely sweet, with sugar content creating a sense of desiccation in the mouth when eaten. The variety is essentially exclusive to Egypt, where it is subject to an element of nationalist sentiment on account of sharing a name with national hero Saad Zalil. The Gaza Strip, especially Deir al-Balah, is known for its exceptionally sweet red dates. There are more than 100 known cultivars in Iraq. It should be noted, however, that a cultivar can have several names depending on the locality. Production food uses. Dry soft dates are eaten out of hand, or may be pitted and stuffed with fillings such as almonds, walnuts, pecans, candied orange and lemon peel, tahini, marzipan, cream cheese. Pitted dates are also referred to as stoned dates. Partially dried pitted dates may be glazed with glucose syrup for use as a snack food. Dates can also be chopped and used in a range of sweet and savory dishes, from tagines in Morocco to puddings, ka'ak and other dessert items. Date nut bread, a type of cake, is very popular in the United States, especially around holidays. Dates are also processed into cubes, paste called ajws, spread, date syrup or honey, called dibs, or rubbed in Libya, powder, vinegar or alcohol. Vinegar made from dates is a traditional product of the Middle East. Recent innovations include chocolate-covered dates and products such as sparkling date juice, used in some Islamic countries as a non-alcoholic version of champagne, for special occasions and religious times such as Ramadan. When Muslims break fast in the evening meal of Ramadan, it is traditional to eat a date first. Dates can also be dehydrated, ground and mixed with grain to form a nutritious stock feed. Dried dates are fed to camels, horses and dogs in the Sahara. In northern Nigeria, dates and peppers added to the native beer are believed to make it less intoxicating. In southeast Spain, dates are served wrapped in bacon and shallow fried. In Israel, date syrup is used while cooking chicken and also for sweetened desserts. It is also used to make jalab. Nutritional value dates provide a wide range of essential nutrients, and are a very good source of dietary potassium. The sugar content of ripe dates is about 80%. The remainder consists of protein, fiber, and trace elements including boron, cobalt, copper, fluorine, magnesium, manganese, selenium, and zinc. The glycemic index for 3 different varieties of dates are 35.5, 49.7, and 30.5. The caffeic acid glycoside 3-O-caffeoyl shikimic acid and its isomers are enzymic browning substrates found in dates. Other uses of the fruits. In Pakistan, a viscous, thick syrup made from the ripe fruits is used as a coating for leather bags and pipes to prevent leaking. Uses of other parts of the plant, where craft traditions still thrive, such as in Oman. The palm tree is the most versatile of all indigenous plants, and virtually every part of the tree is utilized to make functional items ranging from rope and baskets to beehives, fishing boats, and traditional dwellings. Seeds. Date seeds are soaked and ground up for animal feed. Their oil is suitable for use in soap and cosmetics. Date palm seeds contain 0.56 to 5.4% lauric acid. They can also be processed chemically as a source of oxalic acid. The seeds are also burned to make charcoal for silversmiths, and can be strung in necklaces. Date seeds are also ground and used in the manner of coffee beans, or as an additive to coffee. Experimental studies have shown that feeding mice with the aqueous extract of date pits exhibit anti-genotoxic and reduce DNA damage induced by N-nitroso-N-methylurea. Fruit clusters. Stripped fruit clusters are used as brooms. Recently, the floral stalks have been found to be of ornamental value in households. Sap. In large parts of northern India, the local species of wild date palm, Phoenix sylvestris, is tapped for palm wine, while in Bangladesh, Pakistan, and other countries in the region it is now mostly tapped for jaggery and palm syrup production. Wild date palms are also tapped in large parts of Africa for palm wine. The process of palm tapping involves the cutting of the unopened flower stalk and then fastening a bottle gourd, clay, or plastic vessel onto it. The palm sap then collects in the vessel and is harvested in the early morning hours. If a few drops of lime juice are added to the palm sap, fermentation can be stopped and the sap can then be boiled to form palm syrup, palm sugar, jaggery, and numerous other edible products derived from the syrup. In India and Pakistan, North Africa, Ghana, and Ivory Coast, date palms are tapped for the sweet sap, which is converted into palm sugar, molasses, or alcoholic beverages. In North Africa, the sap obtained from tapping palm trees is known as lagbi. If left for a sufficient period of time, lagbi easily becomes an alcoholic drink. Special skill is required when tapping the palm tree so that it does not die. Leaves. Date palm leaves are used for Palm Sunday in the Christian religion. In North Africa, they are commonly used for making huts. Mature leaves are also made into mats, screens, baskets, and fans. Processed leaves can be used for insulating board. Dried leaf petioles are a source of cellulose pulp, used for walking sticks, brooms, fishing floats, and fuel. Leaf sheaths are prized for the scent, and fiber from them is also used for rope, coarse cloth, and large hats. The leaves are also used as a lulav in the Jewish holiday of Sukkot. Young date leaves are cooked and eaten as a vegetable, as is the terminal bada heart, though its removal kills the palm. The finely ground seeds are mixed with flour to make bread in times of scarcity. The flowers of the date palm are also edible. Traditionally, the female flowers are the most available for sale and weigh 300 to 400 grams. The flower buds are used in salad or ground with dried fish to make a condiment for bread. Wood. Date palm wood is used for posts and rafters for huts. It is lighter than coconut and not very durable. It is also used for construction such as bridges and aqueducts, and parts of dhows. Leftover wood is burnt for fuel. Cultural symbols. The date palm represents the provincial tree of Balochistan. Symbolic connotations. In the Quran, Allah instructs Maryam to eat dates when she gives birth to Isa, and, similarly, they are recommended to pregnant women. Diseases and pests. Date palms are susceptible to a disease called Bayud disease, which is caused by the fungus Fusarium oxysporum. This disease, which kills many of the popular older cultivars like dactylifera, has led to a major decline in production where it is present, notably Morocco and western Algeria. However, new cultivars resistant to the disease are being developed. A major palm pest. The red palm beetle currently poses a significant threat to date production in parts of the Middle East as well as to iconic landscape specimens throughout the Mediterranean world. In the 1920s, 11 healthy Majel palms were transferred from Morocco to the United States where they were tended by members of the Kimahuevi tribe in a remote region of Nevada. 9 of these survived, and in 1935, cultivars were transferred to the U.S. Date Garden in Indio, California. Eventually this stock was reintroduced to Africa and led to the U.S. production of dates in Yuma, Arizona and the Bard Valley in California. Date palm genome. In 2009, a team of researchers at the Weill Cornell Medical College in Qatar published a draft version of the date palm genome. Types of dates. Several types of dates can be found in Arabia. Some of them are listed here. Gallery.